What's going on, everybody? We're going to show you the 7-step bow and arrow choke sequence. This is a choke sequence that I really like to show all of our new people, our white belts, for a few reasons. It's it's very complicated, so you might be thinking it's not great for new people, but on the flip side, it goes through so many different positions and so many different theories and movements that are really important in jiu-jitsu. So even if at first when you start, you're only just getting like the basic building blocks, as you become more competent and you understand each individual step better, you're really learning, this position is good or this position is good or I should have my hands here, and there's all these additional levels that you can kind of learn as you get more comfortable with this. We'll go through the entire thing a couple of times really fast right now. I'll only explain some of the details a little bit, and then I'll upload some other videos breaking down each individual step and really getting into the nitty-gritty of it. So we'll go through all these different chokes, and hopefully you can follow along. And if you have any questions, obviously you can always message me. So, all right. So the first thing we need to do is we have our partner's back, because we need to choke this person out. This is a super safe position to be in, obviously, because it's going to be very difficult for her to strike me or grab me or do anything to hurt me. So I've got an underhook, I've got an overhook, and I've got this nice tight grip right here on my wrist, and I'm hugging it in nice and close here. I'm hugging. Jiu-jitsu backpack. This is a great place to be. If my partner was a lot taller and I couldn't see over this shoulder where my underhook is, I need to do my first thing, which is take this hand out. I always leave my underhook in, and I just scoot back and I pull her a little bit back onto me into the recliner position. The reason for that is I want to be able to see over this shoulder so I can see everything that I'm doing when I'm attacking. So I'm here, I pulled her back, I can see over the shoulder, I've got my underhook, everything is really, really good. My first lapel choke, what I need to do is open the package. So the package is here, we open it up just a little bit. Now look what I'm gonna do. I'm using this hand to feed this hand across into the lapel. I get a nice tight grip. The second hand, which is my underhook hand, reaches across, and I grab the other collar, the other lapel, and I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna cut across, and I'm gonna cut straight down. So across and down. I'm gonna get in here, obviously for the video, I'm not gonna try to choke her to death. I just go nice and light, but obviously if you're drilling this home, you wanna put a little bit of something on there. Chest to back, nice and close, and I hit my first tap. So that's my first position right there. So from here, let's say hypothetically this choke didn't work for whatever reason. Maybe they were choking their chin or tucking their chin, or they were doing a whole bunch of other escapes or reasons it just wouldn't work. So the next position that I would go to on here is, let's say I have this all set up, I reach to grab the second lapel, but she knows I'm doing that, so she kind of tracks it away. I have nothing to grab onto right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach up behind the head, my palm is facing me, it's gonna cut into her neck, I'm gonna pull across, and I'm gonna lean back, squeeze my knees together, and hit the tap. So that's number 2. Lapel choke number 1, try to grab the lapel number 2. So that's the first 2 steps. So kind of really quick from the beginning. I'm here, I reach across, I open up the package, I go for this 1. I try to get the second one, she traps the collar, that's 2. So now, I can't grab the collar, I'm gonna try to lift my arm up, but what she's gonna do is this arm over here, she knows that I'm trying to lift my arm up to choke her unconscious. Obviously, she doesn't want that. So she's squeezing her arm, she's putting that chicken wing on me. So what I need to do is create some space, pinch my knees together to hold her where she's at, pull my arm out, and then I do the same exact choke. I'm looking at my palm, it goes behind her neck, I lean back, I pull across, and I hit the tap. So that's my third one. So now my arm's out right here, and I feel pretty good about everything. Maybe she hasn't tapped yet, I've tried a few different attacks, and I still need to keep going. So now we're actually gonna move on to the actual bow and arrow choke. So what I'm gonna do is, this hand is out here, this hook comes out, but I keep this hook right here. Now look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rotate to the side until I can get my foot right here, this additional hook to give me control on that leg. The reason for that is maybe I start to get here and I'm attacking and going for stuff, and she gets squirrely, and I need to just spin right back and get into back position again. I can do that really easily because I have that hook right there. So if I'm here again, I take the foot off, I have this here, I rotate out to the side, and you notice for all of these attacks, I haven't moved my hand from that collar the entire time. It's basically just stayed there, and I'm attacking continuously. So I'm in here, everything is good. If you're drilling this at home, you wanna keep this super tight in here. for right now, because I'm, jaw jacking a whole bunch, I'm giving her a little bit of breathing room so it doesn't feel like she's getting choked for, 10 minutes straight. So now I need to do the bow and arrow. I'm gonna reach off to the side of the knee. I'm gonna get a nice grip on the pants leg. Now look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up, like if these are my legs right here, I'm gonna open it up kind of like this. My knee, so she falls down in that little hole right there. When she falls down, I'm gonna lean back, I'm gonna pull here, and I'm gonna pull here, look it. And I hit the choke. So that was the bow and arrow. That's the start of it. You're taking that bow and you're pulling them back. So if I was right here again from the back position, I already took that arm out. I'm using that to control myself, move my base. Foot comes out. I hip out to the side. I've got my hook right there nice and tight. I go to the knee, not the top or the inside, right to the side. I open up that knee so she falls down in the hole. You can see she's already not super comfortable. I lean back and I pull them both. Right there. So maybe for whatever reason I got to this position and she's just not tapping. Her chin is tucked. She has a big strong neck. We don't know why, but it's just not working. I'm not able to tap her out. So what I'm gonna do right here is when I get to here, I tried the choke, it didn't work. I'm gonna sit her up a little bit to create space back here, which you really can't see. And then as I sit back, I'm gonna put that knee right behind her head. You see I gave her a little bit of slack right there because this is already pretty tight. So now it's the same choke. This hand is gonna pull, this is gonna pull, and I'm gonna use that knee behind her head to hit the tap right there. So really quick from right here, hand, foot, giving my partner some slack. If we were doing it for real, this would be in there super tight. I hip out to the side, I put my hook in for additional control. I open my legs up, she falls down, I hit the first tap, joink, right there. Second position, I sit my partner up, I get that knee behind the head, I pull, and I push with the knee. Right there. I'm gonna slide her over just a little bit because I feel like we're moving. Move forward a little bit. There we go. All right, you see my hand is still not literally moved one time. You wanna keep this here the entire sequence. 1, 2, they fall down, we miss the choke. We get the knee in there. They still haven't tapped, she's some kind of beast. Now look what I'm gonna do. Depending on, is this okay? Depending on your mobility and your strength and your length of everything, this might be a little bit difficult to get, but I've seen people much shorter, much stronger, and much stockier than me get this move. So it just takes a little bit of practice. So I'm here. The knee isn't working, so look what I do. I shoot this leg out. I take the foot up and over. Now the move is gonna be just the same. Pull, and now I'm gonna use my leg to kick away and hit the tap. So really fast from right here, and then we only have one more position and then you're done. You choked them like 10,000 times. So here, I hip out to the side, I've got my control on that leg right there. I sit them down, I open my knees up so they fall into the hole, I get my first tap. Boink. I sit them up, I get this knee in there, I get my second little tap. Boop. Right there. The leg goes out and comes up and over. I get my third tap. Yoink. Now the last position, right from here, this is okay? I let go of the knee. I go nice and deep right underneath this arm. Now watch. I'm gonna hug this in tight. This hand comes free. I pinch my knees together. The thumb comes up and I go right to the arm bar. So I will do that last part again, then I'll buzz through it super quick, and then you made it. Just go over just a smidge. Awesome. All right. So from here, I've got my grip in there, but obviously I'm going light on my partner right now because she's been getting choked 1,000 times. Hand out to the side, foot out to the side. Get that hook, that control. They sit back. I get the bow and arrow choke. 1. I sit them up. I get the knee behind the head. 2, right there. The leg comes up and over. Oh my gosh, that's gnarly. 3. Now look, for the arm bar. The hand comes off the knee. I reach a nice deep hook underneath this arm. And as I'm hugging this in, look at this hand. Pulls through my leg. I squeeze my knees together. Ideally, if you can arm bar them from right here, that's perfect right there. That's exactly what we want to do. You put them down onto their back, you lose some of your control. Eventually you'll get there, but for right now, we want to just try to tap them right here. wrap up that arm super tight. The thumb is up already. I squeeze my knees together and I hit the arm bar. So one last time, super, super, super quick, and then you made it through. So I've got the hooks in, feet hooks. I've got the underhooks in, hand hooks. I've got a nice tight grip here and I'm close. If they were super tall, and look at, I can't see over this shoulder. I wish I could, but I can't. I scoot back, I kind of walk my butt backwards. Or I take my overhook out and I help myself back. I open up the package, bloop. I reach in here nice and deep. 1, 2, this one cuts across, this one comes straight down for my first tap. 1. My next tap, I reach for this collar, but she traps it because she knows she's smart. She knows this is happening. She's been choked by this many times before. Palm facing me, I lean back. 2, right there. So 1 choke, couldn't get it. Go for the collar, couldn't get it. Gonna lift my arm up, but she traps her arm. Chicken wing is down. So I gotta rip this thing out. The hand comes across, facing me. I lean back, and I hit right there. Now I can do the proper bow and arrow. Hand to the side, foot to the side. I hip out, I hip out. I get my nice control with that hook right there so I can always spin back and attack if I need to. I let them fall back, I grab the knee, I open my knee so she falls in the hole. Bloop, right there. Next step, I put them up. The knee comes right across behind the head. I get them right there. I pull, and I push. Right there. We're almost done. The leg goes out straight. I take the foot over. I pull here. I pull right there. I push my foot into her face. I choke her. And the last one. You saw I got a little tight. My hand went up in a little panic. All right, our last one right here. I keep grip right here. You see my grip is wonky right now for obviously instructing it. If not, I would have a super strong grip. I reach under nice and deep. I hook it in there. I let go with this hand, and as that's coming through, I wrap it up nice and tight. My knees are pinched together. I wrap my arms and I hug it. I can tell her thumb is up already, and I start leaning back, and I hit the tap. So, bow and arrow sequence. A lot of stuff that we just went over. A ton of different moves. But like I said, it's really good for beginners because you get to learn different positions and why you're here. And then as you get into like the more specific details of each position, you learn more and more and more, and you can kind of build it up. But you know, you're learning to transition. You're learning how to get to different attacks. You're learning to abandon certain things when you lose your grip to go to the next step. So it's a really, really great beginner's position. I had a great partner. She got choked out basically 3,000 times in like 45 arm bars. She did awesome. Thank you for watching. The next video will probably just be the first 1 or 2 parts of it, and we'll really get into the nitty gritty. So give it a try. If you have any questions, send me a message or comment down below, and have an amazing day. Thanks a lot.